Discover the real cats behind Pokémon felines. Don't forget to meowscribe to Cat Kitty Capriccio.
Have you ever been scrolling through your Pokédex and gotten that weird feeling of déjà vu? Like you've seen some of your favorite Pokémon somewhere before, in real life? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on one of the biggest inspirations in the Pokémon universe, and trust me, it's a lot fluffier than you might think. Let's see what the cat dragged in. So think about this for a second. What on earth connects the coin-loving Meowth, the psychic powerhouse Espeon, and the magical Meowscarada? I mean, they're from completely different generations, have different types, and totally different powers. So what's the common thread here?
That's right, they are all in their own special way based on cats. And believe me, they are not alone. It seems like the Pokémon design team has a pretty serious obsession with felines, and they draw inspiration from everywhere: mythology, our own homes, and the deep, dark wild. So let's start with the most magical of the bunch, the cats that literally spring from folklore and myth. Now, these aren't your average, everyday house cats. We're talking about beings of pure legend that bring good luck, or in some cases, wield some seriously incredible supernatural power. And we have to kick things off with the original Meowth. That iconic gold coin on its forehead and that raised paw, those are not random design choices at all. They're a direct shout out to a super famous figure from Japanese culture, the Maneki Neko, otherwise known as the Lucky Cat. I'm sure you've seen these little figurines before. The Maneki Neko is believed to bring good fortune and a whole lot of luck to its owner. And all of a sudden, Meowth's obsession with shiny objects and its signature move Payday make total sense. It's all connected to its lucky origins. But the inspiration can also get a little darker, a little more mystical. Let's take a look at Espeon. Its very distinctive forked tail and its powerful psychic abilities are a huge nod to another creature from Japanese folklore, the Nekomata. So the Nekomata is a type of cat spirit or yokai. The legend says that when a cat gets really old, its tail can actually split into two, and that grants it these immense supernatural powers. A psychic cat with a forked tail. Sound familiar? Yep. Espeon is basically the Nekomata of the Pokémon world. So from mythical cats to lucky charms, you can see the inspiration runs deep. But it doesn't just stop in the world of legends. What about the cats curled up on our couches right now, or the ones staring at us from our windows? Well, it turns out Pokémon designers also look to regular old house cats to create some of the most recognizable and beloved Pokémon out there. And the parallels here are incredibly direct. I mean, Skitty's short, stubby legs are pulled straight from the Munchkin cat breed. The huge size of Purugly is a clear nod to the Maine Coon. Even facial expressions get borrowed, like Esper's wide-eyed stare, which comes right from the Scottish Fold. From the elegance of the Russian blue you see in Meowstick to the long hair of the Somali cat in Sprigatito, it's clear our living rooms are just a goldmine for Pokémon ideas. But these designs aren't just static. A lot of the time, they tell a whole story through evolution, transforming a creature we think we know into something much bigger and a whole lot wilder. Which brings us to our final section. It's time for a walk on the wild side. This is where Pokémon designs take the whole concept of a cat and just unleash its full untamed potential, drawing inspiration from the world's most powerful big cats. Just look at the Litten line. It starts as Litten, right? A cute little fire type based on a Bombay kitten. But as it evolves into Tarcat and finally into Incineroar, it goes through this massive transformation. It leaves all its domestic roots behind to become a full-blown bipedal fighting tiger. And we see a really similar journey with Sprigatito. As we just saw, it starts as a long-haired house cat. But its evolutions, Florigato, and its final form, Meowscarada, start to take on the traits of a much wilder animal, the Iberian lynx, a wildcat native to the Iberian Peninsula. And of course, some Pokémon are just wild from the very beginning. Liepard doesn't even bother with a cute domestic phase. Its name and its spotted coat make its leopard inspiration unmistakably perfectly clear. So from the lucky to the domestic to the absolutely ferocious, a really clear pattern starts to emerge. It's almost like there's a secret feline playbook for Pokémon design. It really all boils down to three core sources. First, designers tap into mythology and folklore for that magical origin story, like we saw with Meowth and Espeon. Then, they use domestic breeds to give Pokémon these relatable traits we recognize from our own pets. And finally, they draw from wild big cats to just infuse their creations with a sense of raw power and danger. You know, turning a cute little kitten into a giant tiger. From the Maneki Neko all the way to the Iberian lynx, cats are absolutely everywhere in the Pokémon world once you know where to look. So the next time you're scrolling through your Pokédex, take a closer look. Now that you can spot all the feline connections, what other real-world animals do you think are hiding there in plain sight?
And that's it, Meow lovers. We meow you.